What if I told you that the youngest team in the NBA might also be the most dangerous? No, not next year, right now. But you already knew that, right? But just how good are the Oklahoma City Thunder? Well, we're going to break it down right now. The Thunder have spent the past few years quietly building a monster through trades, through the draft, and through player development. And now that monster's awake. They're not just beating teams, they're dismantling them. So in this video, we're going to break down exactly why the Oklahoma City Thunder can win the NBA championship this year, and why this might just be the beginning of a brand new dynasty. Let's get into it and talk about the numbers. As of right now, the Thunder are posting a plus 12.6 point differential per game. Let's put that into perspective. When comparing to some of the greatest teams all time, the 1996 Bulls were plus 12.2, the 2017 Warriors were plus 11.6, and the 2001 Lakers were plus 8.6 per game. And those were some of the most dominant teams we've ever seen from a point differential perspective as well. The only team in NBA history to top OKC's mark was the 1972 Lakers at 12.28, and if the Thunder close out the year strong, they'll own that record as well. But what does it mean fundamentally? Well, it means they're not just beating teams, they're burying them, night after night, without logging crazy minutes or pushing starters into the red zone. And more importantly, teams that dominate the regular season like this usually win titles. In fact, every team in the top 10 for point differential in NBA history has either won the championship or at least made the finals. That's not a stat, that's a pattern. The Thunder are deep. We're not talking about a team that leans on 6 or 7 guys. We're talking 11 players with positive EPMs, estimated plus minus, meaning nearly everyone that steps on the floor adds value. This isn't just rare, it's historic. Coach Mark Daigneault's minutes distribution is a masterclass. The Thunder have only 2 players averaging more than 29 minutes, Gilgeous-Alexander and Jalen Williams. Compare that to teams like the Suns or the Lakers, where stars are logging 35 plus minutes a night just to stay competitive. But come playoff time, that actually matters when guys are healthy and not fatigued. Fatigue, wear and tear, injuries, they're less of a factor for a team that's so balanced. And here's the fun part. Because their bench is so good, they never really have to sacrifice offense or defense when making substitutions. Their bench lineups still a top 5 net rating in the entire league. That's a problem for opponents who need to stagger their stars to survive. Gilgeous-Alexander has gone from really good young player to MVP level superstar. He's leading the league in scoring at 32.7 points per game at the time of this recording, while shooting 54% from the field, and he's doing it his way. This isn't James Harden foul hunting. This is old school, calculated mid-range mastery. He ranks top 3 in mid-range shots per game and hits them at a Devin Booker-like efficiency. Shai scores in isolation, off pick and rolls, in transition, and most importantly, in the clutch. The Thunder are 14-4 in clutch games. SGA leads the league in clutch scoring efficiency. He's composed, confident, and never rushes his shots. And defensively, he's leading the NBA in steals at the time of this recording. He's the only player in NBA history to average 30 plus points and 2 plus steals while shooting 50% from the field for an entire season. That's MVP territory. And J-Dub is the perfect second star, averaging 19.3 points on an absurd efficiency. He's shooting 55% from the field and 44% from 3. Those aren't normal second option numbers. Those are Klay Thompson 2016 levels of efficiency, but from a guy who can also put the ball on the floor, make reads, and guard multiple positions. Then there's Lou Dort. You already know about the defense. He's been locking down stars since his rookie year. But this year, he's quietly shooting over 40% from 3. He's now reliable from the corner, and his catch and shoot numbers are elite. Throw in Cason Wallace, one of the best second-year defenders we've seen in years, and you've got a perimeter rotation that's long, quick, and absolutely suffocating. Chet Holmgren isn't just a rookie, he's a unicorn, and we have to talk about him as well. He's 7'1", shoots over 37% from deep, blocks 2.6 shots per game, and alters everything around the rim. When he's on the floor, opponents shoot just 40% at the rim. That's Gobert-level rim deterrence, but with the floor spacing of Brook Lopez and the passing of a modern-day big man. But the biggest change from last year, you might ask, they've solved their rebounding problem. The Thunder were dead last in rebounding in 2023. This year, they're in the middle of the pack, trending up, and it's because of Isaiah Hartenstein. Hartenstein's a glass cleaner with a 7'2" wingspan, great touch, and sneaky playmaking chops. And when Chet sits, OKC still plays elite defense with him anchoring the paint. Their net rating with Hartenstein on the floor is plus 12.7, so it's absolutely no coincidence. You've all heard the saying before, defense wins championships. Well, the Thunder might have one of the best defenses we've ever seen. They rank top 3 in defensive rating, first in opponent points off turnovers, and first in deflections, steals, and charges drawn. They force chaos and capitalize on it. They score 21 points off turnovers per game, which is by far the most in the league. And they do it while committing the fewest turnovers themselves. The result, a plus 9.1 margin in points off turnovers. That's nearly 10 free points a game just from forcing mistakes. In the playoffs, when every possession counts, that can be absolutely massive. As for their coach, Mark Daigneault, he might not be a household name yet, but ask any NBA insider and they'll tell you he's one of the best tacticians in the entire league. He adjusts on the fly, he prepares this team like a veteran group, and his player development track record is unbelievable. This team doesn't just play hard for him, they execute his system with precision. He's also the reason OKC is so tough to scheme against. Want to go small? They'll kill you on the glass with Hartenstein. Want to go big? Chet will stretch your center out to 30 feet and torch you in space. Want to slow the pace down? Good luck stopping SGA in the half court. Want to run? Their young legs and fast breaks are a nightmare. So really, it's pick your poison. Now let's talk about the one thing people keep bringing up, experience. Yes, this team is young. Yes, they haven't been here before in the biggest stages on the NBA Finals. But here's the twist, that might actually help them. Young teams aren't weighed down by their past failures. They don't tighten up when pressure hits. They use their past lessons they learned and apply them today. And let's not forget, SGA has been deep in the playoffs before. Chet has missed a bunch of games, but he's 22 and has played in high-stakes college and international games. Daigneault has instilled a calm, focused culture that doesn't waver, no matter who's on the court. This isn't an AAU squad, this is a team with identity, structure, and discipline. So now you know, the Oklahoma City Thunder aren't just a good story. They're not just a promising young core, although they might be that as well. But all in all, ultimately, they're a serious contender. And maybe, just maybe, they're the best team in the NBA and the team that everyone should be looking to beat. Elite defense, efficient offense, MVP level superstar, ridiculous depth, killer coach, and hunger for more. That's a formula for a championship. But let me know in the comments, do you think the Thunder can go all the way? And who's your pick to come out of the West? If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We're breaking down the biggest NBA stories with stats, insight, and analysis, so you won't want to get it from anywhere else. My name is Damian Peters, this is Basketball Network, and we'll catch you in the next one.